Hello, this is going to be a short video about JSFiddle and how to get started with it. You'll want to go to any browser, it doesn't matter, I'm using Safari, and you'll want to type in jsfiddle.net, not .com. It's very important you use .net, and it'll bring you to this page. I am currently not signed in. It does say I have an unsaved draft, but that's just because I'm clicked in the box over here. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in because the first thing I want you guys to do is make an account. So here, right here, you see sign up. This is where you're going to want to click to make a new account. Or you can reset your password if you already have an account, if you've done this before. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in so you can see what it looks like when you're signed in. No. And now you can see these are all my saved fiddles. So once you have an account, like I do, you see over here Kelly Maldonado, once you have an account, you'll be able to save your fiddles and they'll be available to you from anywhere because they're up in the cloud, you know, Wonderland, reachable from anywhere, beats a thumb drive any day. So you'll have the option to come and view the latest version. So this is one I wrote, I think, in a face-to-face class. See the latest version of the fiddle, and you can also fork from this, which will make another, literally like fork in the road, where you can work on that without affecting the original, which sometimes you might want to do if you get a moment and you say, oh hey, maybe this would be better if I did XYZ, but you don't want to lose all your progress. You can just fork and mess with the offshoot and not ruin the original. One thing I do want to point out here, you see all my lovely indentations and the way it's indented. That's because I pressed the pretty tidy button, and the tidy button will fix all those indentations for you. So if I was typing it in and maybe I didn't want to tab all the time and that stuff, I hit tidy and it shoots it all over, lines everything up the way we would typically want it to be. Okay, so every time I hit the update button is where you will see these latest revision is every time I hit an update. Okay, so once you sign in, you're on this page that displays your fiddles. You probably won't have one. You can go to the editor and that will start a new fiddle. So once you're in here, you can start a new fiddle. Here's where you would name your fiddle. So I'm going to name it demo.js so that we have something in here. And you can give it a description. You don't have to, not important. For the first few weeks, we're just going to be working in the JavaScript box, okay? And for right now, we don't have all the knowledge necessary to make things appear in the results area, which would mean using HTML, which we don't know. We're only going to be using JavaScript at first. So in order to display something to the user, you need to call an alert. Alert is the keyword for making a pop-up box that displays something to the user. So we're going to use the ever popular example of hello world. And then every JavaScript that can be executed needs to end with a semicolon. You can save if you like, or you can go straight to running, and then you see my hello world pop-up box. Yay, we're making JavaScript, so fun. Okay, so now what if I wanted to ask my user to input a value? We would do what we call a prompt. Prompt is another keyword, and this will be a pop-up box that also includes a text box for the user to enter something. So what is your name? That's a good first question. And again, this is executable, so I'll use a semicolon. And then you can hit update, you don't have to, or you can just run. And now it asks for my name. So I type it in and hit OK. And then the alert is still there, so it's still going to show me the alert right after. I did not save the user's name, but that's a further topic. If you use these backslashes, look at how it grays out the alert line. And what that's called is commenting. So we commented it out, and that means that JavaScript no longer sees that line, so it won't execute. So now when I run, it still asks me what my name is, but it's not going to show me the alert for hello world. So that's just the basics. If you want to show something to the user, just alert. If you want to get a value from the user, you need to use a prompt. However, if you want to get a value from the user and actually save it to use it later, you're going to need to use a variable, but that's week 2 material, so I don't want to get you too confused. It's super easy, nothing to worry about. And I talked about all the different options up here, fork and tidy. The other ones we really don't use very much. And that really should be all you need to get started, is just these couple commands. Let me go ahead and delve a little further. If you want to save the value, so say for instance I want to save the username, I can type username, and this would be a variable username. Then I'm using that to save what the user types in. And then instead of hello world, I'm going to change to say hello username. And since I used that variable name again down here, the computer knows username is the value I got from the user, that is their name. So now there should be a prompt that asks for the name, and then the next text box should pop up and say hello whatever they typed in. One thing I want you to note here is the space I used after the word hello before the quotes, and that's actually going to insert a space between their name and the word hello. So when I run, type my name in and hit OK, and it says hello space Kelly. Now, one thing, if I want to add that exclamation point I had before, which is just so much more fun, you'll again want to type in the double quotes for the exclamation point, because without the double quotes it's looking for a variable. With the double quotes it just assumes put that out to the screen. So I'll run again so you can see that that exclamation point pops up, and there he is right there at the back. Okay, so there we go. Now a little introduction to a variable, because that trips some people up. Okay, so that's how to use JSFiddle. Now when it's time to turn in your assignment, since you've saved your assignment, make sure you update the most recent version and then come up here and click so that all of this is highlighted. Copy this link. Notice it has your username in it and this what looks like garbage here, but really this points to this particular fiddle and the version of the fiddle. So make sure you highlight all of it and copy it and then paste the link in your assignment. It'll bring me to this page. It'll do all the pop-ups so that I get to see your coding and I get to see it in action. So make sure you copy and paste this link up at the top. Okay, so that should be all you need. If you have any other questions about JSFiddle, please get in contact with me via the chat in Moodle, or you can chat me on Skype, or you can email me to my Cuesta email address. Okay,